course, as we have fans have been battling for the last month or so, fighting for the ultimate prize, which could also give them a chance to be part of the FEMI and the Gang experience in the near future. Gradually, we're moving towards the crescendo of this battle, but we have to sort things out for today first off before we can think about progressing to the next level. Two battles are on the cards for tonight, and in a bit you're going to meet the first two contestants who are getting ready for battle number one for tonight, August 27, 2019. For the records, my name is Chuma Nnoli, still in here for Femi Obong Daniels, who is still out on an official assignment, and by the grace of God, he should be in here to host proceedings on Friday for all those who have missed him, including myself, Lizzie, and Sarafina. I cannot speak for Buchido.
Why not go miss my what did they do you now? One first of all, they say go increase my salary. Why not go miss my guy? Don't on air. People they probably gonna call up when they say, Buchi say they miss you. No say he like to attack me every time. I beg, my guy Femi, I miss you. I miss you, but you are the best guy in the world. Right. That's a fact. He's the best guy in the world.
I always want to bring out the best from Buchi, and I just had to look for trouble a bit there, and he fell into it, which is great for me. So, on that note, we prepare ourselves for this serious business. Some people came into the studio and have not been smiling since they came in. That's to show you how serious the business is for the evening. We do have an opportunity for you to also vote through our phone lines, social media, Twitter and Facebook, and then the judges will make their thoughts known on who they'll choose to progress to the next stage of the battle. We're streaming live now on Facebook and on Twitter. You can see the link that will take you to our Facebook, make that our YouTube portal, so you can watch our live streaming experience on Facebook. Shortly, Buchi will tell us about the link that you can watch us through.
On Facebook, it's easy. Just search for Nigeria Info 99.3. Nigeria Info 99.3. You see the live stream there. Then you click and you watch. And also remember, the pool will be on the video right there. The different pools, or when the topics and also the contestants start voting. And again, remember, you vote on their level of their argument, not on your personal opinion.
Quickly to the official members of the panel of judges. Buchi, officially welcome to this side.
Pleasure. Anytime, Chuma.
Okay, Buchi Laba, his name, and Sarafina Napoleon too. Welcome. Did I get your right microphone on now? Yeah, it's on now. Yeah, so
I greet you, Chuma.
I greet you too. And Lizzie, welcome again.
Yeah, great to be here.
All right, welcome to our contestants for the very first battle for tonight. Eno is just by my left side, and Okwe is by my right side. Let's start with the lady, because to see ladies first. Eno, good to see you here.
Hey, yeah, good evening. Good evening, everyone listening. Good evening to the judges. Yeah, it's great to be here.
How's your day gone so far? Looks like it's been a stressful one.
Yeah, one of those days. Just can't get a break.
It happens sometimes, but the good thing is you can end it on a high and have sweet dreams at night by winning the battle tonight. So put in your best efforts, okay? And also we have a pair who's sporting the white top. Yeah, it's a native attire kind of, and it looks good on you. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, listeners at home. It's nice to be back.
Sounding very confident. There seems to be this extra composure around your thoughts this evening, which is good. Keep it up as we get into the battle. The topic they're going to be contesting on, battle 44 in the entirety of this process for us, is Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp says the Premier League title is not a two-horse race. The Premier League title race is not a two-horse race. Do you agree? And choose the option I don't agree, and for Okwe, he says I agree. Again, it wasn't about them choosing what they wanted, but they basically just had to go through with the draw, blind draw I put into the mix for them, and that's what they found themselves picking. So it may not represent what their thoughts in reality are as concerning this very topic, but for the sake of the argument, they just have to this path. Enel says, I don't agree with the thoughts of Jurgen Klopp, who shared the sentiment that the battle for the Premier League title this season is not a two-horse race. To add that again, it's about this season and not for the entire Premier League race forever. And Okwe says he agrees. So we're going to go to let you know that you can vote through Facebook and Twitter. But first off, please, you have to listen to them, make their arguments, and decide who you're going for. And don't vote based on the topic, and what they are saying about the topic, but based on the quality of their delivery and who you prefer to listen to if it were to be a live radio presentation as on-air personalities, which is their desire after tonight and in the near future. So they have 1 minute to first make their intro argument, and then they'll have 5 minutes to really battle things out for a while before having 1 more minute to talk things out and share their closing remarks. We have the first 1 minute that will be taken by the first contestant for tonight, which is Eno. And your 1 minute, Eno, starts right now.
Okay, firstly, I want to start by saying the gap between the second and the third teams in the EPL, that's Liverpool, and the next the third team, which was Chelsea last season. The gap between the second and third place team last season was 25 points. Has that gap been closed? No, it hasn't, and I'll give you the reasons why. Rather, firstly, you want to talk about the key players. The supposedly other teams in the Big Six lost. That's Chelsea, lost Hazard. You have Arsenal, they lost Ramsey. You had United, they lost Lukaku, and they've not replaced these key players with any tangible substitute. Then I'm not going to give you a second reason why. You look at the squad depth. Firstly, when you have a table of the teams in the Premier League so far, the strongest squad currently, you have to place Man City on top first, then you go with Liverpool before any other team counts, any other team comes into this table. Then I'm going to talk about the quality of players in the league.
The good news for you is the fact that you seem to have so many facts. So the good thing is you'll have time to argue those facts out in the next 5 minutes after we get the intro coming through from Okwe, who also has the next 60 seconds to make a case on the topic and the perspective he's coming through from. Okwe, your 1 minute starts now.
Yeah, thank you, Chuma. Like a month ago, on the 28th of July, I read an article on go.com concerning what Jurgen Klopp said. And some 3 days ago, he mentioned the same thing again, that it's not a two-horse race. It is not a two-horse race, and I believe it is not a two-horse race because teams, aside from this top two, have been trying to strengthen their squad. Look at Arsenal. This is their best transfer ever. Look at Manchester United. They bought defender. They bought Harry Maguire. They bought Aaron Wan-Bissaka. They had Wilson to complement the team. Look at Tottenham. They did not let Harry Kane go, Eriksen go. They bought Lo Celso. They bought Ndombele to complement the team. Look at Chelsea. You might argue that Hazard left, but they had Kovacic and Pulisic to come and Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham from loan. So these teams can compete. To me, they can compete because it's not a two-horse race, because other people can come. Apart from the top six, outside the top six, we have Wolves, we have Leicester, we have Everton, who can also prove some point. So to me, it's not the top six. And the top, you said she was talking about squad depth. Is Man City vulnerable? Yes, they are. Is Liverpool vulnerable? Yes, they are. So
all right.
Just it.
Thank you very much. So you've also made your opening remarks, and you'll have a chance to argue things out with your rival for tonight, Eno, in a bit. For those who are keen on voting, I will appeal to you and appeal to your conscience that you give yourself the next few minutes to hear them expatiate and elucidate on their case before you get to the social media portals to have your say on the voting process. Again, the topic has to do with the fact that the coach of Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, says that the battle for the Premier League title this season is not a two-horse race. And Okwe have the next 5 minutes to argue things out in elaborate fashion. It starts now.
Okay, you said something about Wolves. Wolves can happen, Leicester can happen, but currently, please, Wolves have played 3 games. They have won only 1 so far. And you now talk about, Wolves last season. Wolves last season, they didn't have the discussion of the Europa League. They didn't have that distraction.
Okay, I just use Wolves as an example because aside from the top 6,
then who
other
else?
teams can come.
They cannot just come from
a certain
nowhere.
Leicester did it in 2015.
And
we never expected it to happen.
Why did they do so?
And they had this kind of run. They had this kind of run. Hold on. They had this kind of run that Wolves had last season. They came from relegation, had a good run, and the following season they can pull a surprise. And you mentioned something in your introduction. You mentioned something. You mentioned something in your introduction. You said the other teams apart from the top 2, they lost some players and they did not bolster. Okay, for Arsenal that you said lost Ramsey, they bought Pepe. They bought Pepe.
The quality they lost.
Okay,
I said
if you lose a Ramsey and you bought a Pepe, a Tierney, a David Luiz, and a Ceballos, and you are talking about adding to the team. Adding to the team. You don't necessarily have to. You don't necessarily have to replace like for like. This is all about quality. This paper you're talking about add over 20 goals in.
I'm sorry. Okay, how many midfielders do Arsenal have currently? As far as I'm concerned, they have only one.
They have four. They have four. They have four. They have Mesut Ozil. They have Torreira. They have Xhaka.
Has Ozil played?
He will come back. He had some issues. They had Ceballos. They had Torreira. They have.
I'm sorry.
Xhaka also.
Okay. As a midfielder.
Yeah, that is just by the way. Let's go to Manchester United. Yes, I love the fact that you mentioned Manchester United. Yes, Manchester United have been suffering from their defensive issues for the past 3 seasons. And what did they do? They got Harry Maguire and they got Aaron Wan-Bissaka to complement the squad. This is the best like for like. Look at the right back for the average. This is an upgrade. This is an upgrade. This is an upgrade. And they have from the defense. This is an upgrade. And for the midfield,
what about the rest of the team?
Midfield. You're talking about the midfield.
Pogba goes away.
Pogba goes away. They have Mata. We still have Mata. We have Mata. We have Scott. We have Gomez. So they are young players coming into the squad. They are showing. Okay, let's mention the top 2 teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remember that the importance of this argument is. There has to be clarity. So let's hear you.
The top 2 teams you mentioned, are they vulnerable? Yes, you mentioned we are obvious to the fact that Man City has a good squad depth. Yes, they have a squad, but defensively are they not porous? They lost Evans and company. Did they replace him? Look at they have Emerick Laporte. They have Emerick Laporte. They have those people you mentioned. They are schoolboy error merchants. They are schoolboy error merchants. All this. Okay. You can mention the right back. You mentioned the right back. You mentioned the right back. Okay, they have Cancelo to come and complement Walker. But look at the level. They have a Mendy that is prone to injury. They have a certain man that is prone to injury, and his injection that they got is not even a top quality player because he just came from the team. So look at let's see football like Nayen said or Mola said, football doesn't come with injury, doesn't come with a memo. Let's assume a Laporte or Stones have injury back. We've seen games where the pairing have injury. Who will come in and do the job for Otamendi?
Do you know the average? Do you know in the past 3 years the average points of Man City and Liverpool? Do you know the average points?
What is it?
The average rate of Man City is 92.
Okay.
I'm saying for the last 3 years. I'm sorry, which other team can beat them?
Thank God you mentioned. Okay, Man City. Man City have won the league back to back. So they'll be focusing more on the Champions League. So they have distractions because they've won the domestic. They've won the domestic. They've won domestic back to back here. And in the Champions League, Guardiola last won the Champions League in 2011. Man City have not won it in years.
Guardiola wants to be the second manager to win the treble.
So they started paying. They started putting money into the club, and they've not won the Champions League for years, and this will be their main what they will focus on. And Liverpool won Champions League last season.
They have enough depth.
Squad in depth. Okay, now let's talk about Liverpool. Let's talk about Liverpool. No, they are the top 2. You said it is a 2-horse race. So I just want to mention why.
Who are the best managers currently in the league? I'm sorry, who are the best managers currently in the league? You mentioned
no doubt about that. We are talking about those other teams. Do they have the chance to compete with them? That is the question.
What can Lampard bring here? What can Unai Emery?
See, we've seen this game happens in the game of football. In 2009.
No, I'm sorry.
In Germany.
I'm talking about Germany. I am not talking about Germany.
EPL. Let's start it in 2015. Let's start it in 2015.
I'm sorry, was Jurgen Klopp there?
The best team.
Was Jurgen Klopp there?
Let's start it in 2015.
Was Guardiola there?
We have coaches that are good. We have Louis van Gaal. We have Arsene Wenger. Who are top coaches, who are top managers. So now, see, it is evolution. This is it does have to happen.
Wow, God fears at times, and I was really struggling to get you make your respective points at times because the argument was overlapping, if that's the right word to use. I'm sure the judges will have something to say about that, but thank you so much for the passion you brought to the table. It's certain that you came here ready for a battle. I hope no one got rattled though. In a bit we're going to have you explain even more of your thoughts without anybody interjecting this time around. You can do that as smoothly as possible for the next 60 seconds as you have a closure on your remarks. For the lovely people listening now, well, the portals are open. You can vote now. On Twitter, we have the pinned tweet that has the names of the contestants tonight, Eno and Ogbe. And you can choose who you want to choose to win the battle for tonight, which is battle number 44 for us. Topic has to do with your own club, saying that the race for the Premier League title this season will not be a two-horse race, and the two parties are arguing from different perspectives. Our Twitter handle remains at Nigeria Info FM, so you can go there and vote, please. That's at Nigeria Info FM. And on Facebook, Buchi, remind us.
On Facebook, it's Nigeria Info 99.3. Nigeria Info 99.3. Just go there, search. You see Nigeria Info. You see a live video. Click on the live video. By the way, the polls are already out right now. If you listen to the introduction and also the arguments, you can see Julian Club saying it's a two-horse race. Eno saying I don't agree. Okpe saying I agree. Just vote based on the argument.
Fantastic. Thank you for that one, Buchi. So on that note, we take you through to your closing remarks now. Another 60 seconds. You can decide to maximize it or give us a bit of extra if you're that kind. Here we go with you, Eno, as you have your closing remarks.
Okay, yeah, I think the next best teams that can actually compete with Liverpool and Man City, they are currently going to be distracted either with Europa League football or Champions League football. They don't have enough squad. They don't have enough squad them to actually compete successfully with the EPL title and with the Champions League or Europa League. Then you now talk about Wolves. He spoke about Wolves. I'm sorry, Wolves didn't have Europa League distraction last season. Now they have that distraction this season. Then the last 3 years, teams like last 3 years, Man City and Liverpool. Man City have had 92 points. Liverpool has had 82 points, an average in the last 3 years. This season, Leicester won the title. They had 81 points. They wouldn't have won the title if they had a coach like Pep Guardiola. And that's the last 3 years. The coaches of these teams have been Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. So yes, there's a lot of quality in Liverpool and there's a lot of squad depth in Man City that they're going to take this title to the knife edge. And I think it's a two-horse race for me.
Thank you for that. You maximize your time and it's good. So you really had enough time to exhaust your opinion on this issue. And for you, Okwe, we'll go straight away to you without any further ado. You have 60 seconds.
Yes, I talked about Man City squad depth, and mostly this season they will be focusing more on the Champions League rather than the league. And now Liverpool has a chance to win the league. And Liverpool, in 11 years in the Premier League, any team that has gone to be top at January at New Year goes on to win the league. But for 3 times it has not happened. And you know why it hasn't happened? Because Liverpool will always be the element. They are the only team that has been on top of at January and still go on to lose the league. So other teams have a chance. Liverpool is not strong. The fatigue will set in. 10 of their players went after the end of the season. They went to their national team duties and they came back. Fatigue is setting in. Now they have Alisson injured. They did not even their squad. They did not even add to it. They bought Lonergan and Adrian free transfer. This is not part of. We are talking about quality players that will help you do the title challenge. Liverpool doesn't have it right now. So Tottenham has a chance, Manchester United have a chance, Arsenal has a chance, Chelsea has a chance, and even Wolves, Leicester or Everton has a chance. It's not a two-horse race. This is a race. No, Man City and Liverpool are favoured. They are favoured. Bookies favour them to be winners, but they are not going to win.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate all your thoughts and comments on this issue. And for those who are listening to, I can see several of our social media, Twitter and Facebook. You can keep them coming through. In a bit, we'll have to scrutinize all those messages on Facebook, at least most of them. But first off, we'll have to look at the phone lines and give that platform priority. I can tell you that with all authority. So you can dial numbers I'll share with you shortly and have your say. We'll pick 5 calls. When we get to 3 votes for 1 contestant, that's where we'll just have a closure. So if the first 3 calls, for example, go for just 1 contestant, then that contestant would have won the battle through the phone lines before we check out other platforms. So here are the numbers you can dial.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
Great. And I'll just remind you one final time that please, when you call in to vote, don't vote based on the perspective of the argument for the contestants tonight. Whether you agree or you don't agree, don't go for the person that agrees just because personally you agree. Go for who you think delivered better on the night, performance-wise, and not perspective-wise, please. Thank you very much. So let's get to it. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, my name is Honesty.
Okay, I trust you're going to be very honest with your thoughts too.
Yes, I'm voting for Eno. I think Eno is the female.
Yes, Eno is the female. Okwe is the male.
Eno. And the reason I'm voting for her is that she made some point, but Okwe is trying to overshadowing her voice, and she wanted to, and she's trying to say that no to Okwe voice. Like that's why I guess that's why you came in to let them know that we can't hear what they are saying. But at least with what I've listened to, I think I will go with that now.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in. Okay. Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening, Chuma.
Hi.
Hi. This is Jimmy from Igano.
Nice.
Yeah. So, for me, I think Okwe had a more difficult job to do on the day because normally, my own view, I'll go for the fact that it will be a 2-horse race between Man City and Liverpool. And again, Eno made some errors I noted. One, during the 5 minutes battle, she made an error saying Wolves have won just one match this season. They have not won any, actually. And also in 1 minute roundup, she also made another error saying the season Leicester won the league, they had 81 points, actually had 80, followed by Arsenal with 70. And so for me, my vote goes to Okwe. He had more points to counter whatever she had to bring.
All right. Okay.
My vote goes for Okwe.
Thank you very much. 30 seconds for the next caller. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My vote goes to the guy that said that though it's a race, but not 2-horse race.
Okay, let's meet you. Let's meet you first of all, please.
Okay, my name is Tony from Olambe.
Okay.
Yeah, as he said that every team are trying to strengthen their squad, so they are supporting that it's a race, but not 2-horse race.
Okay, is it his argument or his perspective? Which one?
Is that?
Which impressed you? Are you going for him because what he said is what you believe in, or because his delivery was better? Okay, thank you. So Pay has 2 votes to Enos 1 for now. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, ma'am. My name is David. I'm calling from Malta.
Okay, David, let's hear you.
I'm voting for the lady in the house.
That's a no.
Yes, sir.
Do you mind telling us why?
Think she convinced me more that it's not it's a 2-man title.
Okay. Thank you for calling in. So we have to have a tiebreaker now, which will be the 5th caller. Hi, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
This is Samson from Mata.
Samson, can we have you leave where you're already set so we don't have a hold back, please?
Yes, I forbid.
Nice.
I fought for that lady there. He really impressed me. The way he has a lot of points to prove. So I go with that lady there. That
Okay.
So I go for that lady. That lady has impressed me most than the other guy.
All right. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate that. So as regards to call votes, Eno takes that. 3 callers have gone her way and 2 have voted for Okwe. That will take us to the judges before social media. I would have loved to go on social media first off, but do we have that? Do we have that good?
Let's confirm if the poll are still on social media. If they are still on, we can take them. If they are not on, then the poll is definitely still on, especially on Facebook.
All right, so we can talk to the judges before we go back on social media to get the votes that would have been summarized by the time we're done. So who goes first? We have, for the records, in-house, Queen Lizzie, Sarafina, and Buji. Or do I use my veto power?
Knock yourself out.
No, as regards talking about who will go first, that's my point.
Use your veto power. Now you they drive the motor.
Sarafina, you've troubled me most this night. So I'll start with you.
Chuma, you don't have to do this. Now why are you like this? I thought I'm your person though. Okay, nice one from both of you. I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed the argument. At some point when I walked in the studio, I asked her, "Are you okay?" Because when you look the way she argued, you would not believe that this is same. And everybody was like, "Are you fine?" She said, "Yes, she's stressed," but she did not argue like someone who was stressed in the first place. The thing is,
she was playing mind games.
Mario. Now, first off, we need to understand the question. The question is it a 2-horse race? The question is not talking about who will win the league. That is one fact we need to establish. Now, coming from Eno's point, she talked about other clubs that might actually push for the title, that will definitely have to play in the Europa League, the Champions League, so they will have distractions on their own part. Now, you've forgotten that you look at Liverpool side. Also, you would understand something. The Liverpool we see today, they are not as strong as they were last season, and also they also have Champions League to play. Now,
I thought you were about to say Liverpool will see today, we shall see no more.
No, they also have
Egyptians.
No,
Sorry.
that's not it. They also have Champions League to play. Now, Obe made a very, very important point for me, which I had to take note. He said something. He said, "You look at Unai Emery and his boys, you understand something. The signings they made this season is signings that shows you something that they want to actually challenge. We are not saying they will win the league. We're talking about challenging for the title. And at the beginning of every season, every club is a title contender. And everybody is coming. Every club that plays in the EPL in the new season, at the beginning of the season, you call them, they are all title contenders. So along the line, they start dropping. Now, Okwe also pointed out something. He made mention of the fact that you look at Tottenham Hotspur, they made good signings. And also, I wanted Okwe to make reference to the game between Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur. You look at that game, you understand something. That these teams that you feel that they cannot really do something, they're actually trying to play catch-up. Trying to push these big teams to see if they can actually hold the pressure or if the pipe will burst last. So with all the facts, for me, I'll just have to stick with Ope simply because of something. He talked about the signings that various clubs actually made, and it shows you something that they can actually push for the title, not win the title, because the question is it a two-horse race?
Okay. All right. So on that note, we can go to Buchi.
Why you won't come to me? I go talk. For me, when the argument started, I was trying to. Meanwhile, I like noise. I like Gragra. I was trying to understand. For me, no insult to any of them. I think this has been the most scattered argument I think we had, because I think none of them really gave themselves points, a chance to make points. A job like say when rat and rat they fight. Enter. It was good, but I think it was too scattered in my opinion. Right there, and I found it very difficult to write points. I think it's the first time when I didn't write points. Through my book, nothing. Right there, I didn't write anything at all, because I was kind of, what are you guys doing right now? It's scattering everything. But to just note from my head, I like the introductions. I think came in with the history. We also came in with history. Right there, the only thing I wrote for was talking about distraction from Europe, talking about teams that get distracted. I think, like Serafina pointed out, the argument is simple. Is it going to be a 2-horse race or not? Not who's going to win the league.
Well, just to clarify the confusion on that argument, we already know that psychologically there's the whole talk that England has the top 6. But when you say 2-horse race, it means who are the genuine contenders, not top 6 discussion. So
exactly.
I'm very keen on ensuring that the judges don't mix that up.
So I was mainly basing our points on
who
two
can
clubs.
win the title, not who is contending for it.
On two clubs, talking about City and Liverpool. Why Obe was trying to putting all the statistics together and all clubs together to kind of make a point right there. The only thing I noted for Obe was when he said fatigue and everybody has a chance. Right there, apart when the team does drop, I just chill. So I was gently waiting for the final. What's that today? Even they call it? What's that you used to call it?
The closing remarks.
Fantastic. Closing remarks from both of them, and it came also, and it was like history. The same thing happened again. For me, I tried my best to understand the arguments. I didn't really get it so much, but I'll vote because votes are votes. Right there, too much. Should I vote or should I not vote?
Why you not go vote?
Well, you have to vote. Else that salary increment you're looking for.
No be that one. Because I work at it. I go keep my salary increment. No be vote or no vote. But for me,
this one weak you.
This one weak me. It weak me because I don't use that idea confused. I'm gonna go with Ope. I think for me, I think he made good points, even though I didn't get it. But I'm gonna go with Ope for some reasons I don't know. It's just spiritual, so that's the reason I'm going to Ope.
And that brings the business to your table now, Queen Lizzie.
Okay, well, somebody called in and said that Eno was wrong when she said Leicester won the league in 2015 with 81 points. She was actually right. They won the league with 81 points. The only thing was that Wolves has not won a game in the Premier League this season. They've won in the Europa League. So let's clear that. She was actually right in the stats, right? In the introduction, I liked Okbe's opening. I liked Okbe's opening. I liked Eno's opening. Both had very good points. Okbe also did a bit of counter in his opening. Like his 1 minute was trying to counter what Eno said. But then again, in the 5 minutes, they went for each other. They went back to back and all of that. But here, this is the crux of the argument, right? Okbe had a job to tell us more about other teams, right? Distract us from Liverpool, Man City. Eno's job was to keep our focus on Liverpool, Man City.
Exactly.
Eno was doing that. Okbe was running around. He wasn't really distracting us enough. And in his closing argument that he had the chance to really, really distract us from Liverpool and Man City, he brought us back to Liverpool and Man City and made us think more about that the fact that they have the team, they have this, they have that. He didn't do a very good job. On that point, I'm going to give my vote to Eno this night. Eno did a better job of her part. Focus us on Liverpool and Man City. Okbe distract us from Liverpool and Man City. He didn't do that enough. He kept making me think about Liverpool and Man City. Not enough for me.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your thoughts, Lizzie. Thanks to Sarafina and Buchi too. Now we will go on social media. I'm getting some lights flashing in front of me. I don't know if I'll have to go into why that light is staring at me, but I think we have to sort out social media just before we go into
sharp. Who did down? Batokbe did and go play him. But anyway, we right now we need to go sharp. Let's start with Facebook, right?
Yes, sir.
Starting with Facebook, the votes officially are in. We cannot go do what I do last week. Make a refresh them again because a bit super story no go happen again. Right here, the votes are in. Chuma, you can see it on Facebook. Okbe takes Facebook. With 61% of the votes to Eno 39% of the votes. No time to take comments. We have to rush this and go to the market. Also on Twitter, after refreshing for the final time, after 105 votes, also Okbe takes Twitter on 57 votes, while Eno comes second on 43 votes. So Okbe takes Twitter and Facebook.
Thank you so much for that one, Buchi. So we have that commercial break to come up in the coming minute or two, but let's quickly congratulate Okbe, who seems to have gotten most of the votes for tonight. He got the options from Sarafina and Buchi. Facebook also went for him. Twitter went for him too. He lost the call votes. Lizzie gave her votes to Eno, but Okbe got more, and that's why with the power.
I can't keep voting for myself.
You have veto power. Honestly, you have veto power.
With the power bestowed on me by I know what you mean.
The person that votes for this is that's becoming a trend.
With the power bestowed on me by FEMI Daniels, I'm going to announce Okbe as the winner for battle number 44 for us.
It's official power.
Right here on Counter Attack on 99.3 Nigeria Info. So, Okbe, congratulations to you, and Buchi will just give you this so you pick the day you should appear for your next round competition. Thank you, sir.
It's finished.
Yes, we have just one more battle and it's going to be finished.
Tuesday, 3rd of September.
Tuesday, September 3.
Yeah, number 3.
Next week.
Okay. Number 3.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to you, and for Eno, you're not completely out of it. You're still in the picture. We will have one loser who will stand a chance of progressing. So she'll still be here to find out if she will be that lucky person. Let's go in for a quick commercial break. When we return, we have battle number 44 for us on this lovely show, Counter Attack, on the nation's first news, talk, and sports radio station. My name is Chuman Nali, in here for Femi Daniels, and there's more excitement to come after now.
to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's game on.
That's the goal, and it is the greatest. With Femi and the Gang, Mondays to Fridays from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
My name is Osazel Denge. Keep listening to Femi and the Gang on Nigeria Info FM.
So we are back to the battle experience on the nation's first news talk and sports radio station 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's a delight to be your host for tonight's battle. My name is Chuma Noli. I have some lovely judges who did a great job during the course of the first battle and are hoping to also have their say at the end of what we have now. They are Queen Lizzie, Sarafina Napoleon, and also Buchi Laba. Congratulations to Okwe, who has progressed to the next stage of the counter-attack battle. It's been an experience for us for the last month or more, an innovation by the boss himself, Femi Obong Daniels. The idea is to pick the next superstar when it comes to sporting and mostly footballing analysis, as the case is. That's what we always do on this platform, isn't it? Trying to fish out the next best thing when it comes to talents in this part of the world. So the next battle, which will be battle number 45 in the entirety of this process, sees two great contestants. One is Peter. The other is not Paul, though. Peter, good evening to you. Welcome.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, the judges. Good evening, listener.
Good to see you. How's your day going today?
My day was fine. Just it's a kind of a bit stressful.
You're all smiles like there was something special that happened. You're all smiles like there was something special that happened today.
Not really.
Okay,
but
you're just
like
anticipating
the judges advise
tonight.
us, we should always just ease yourself of the tension that comes with it. So that's why I try my best to always smile.
Just give the tension suspension, eh? So
the thing is not going suspension.
In the game you can have an extension. Okay, that's not beyond comprehension, though. Thank you. Welcome. All right, so let's also say welcome to Chineye too.
Thank you very much, Chuma.
All right, Chineye. And I'm also going to ask you how your day went. How much traffic did you have to encounter? How was work? Or how was business? Or how was school?
My day was fine, totally.
Nice.
Very fine, thank you.
All right, thank you for the response. So I need to ensure that you are as relaxed as possible for the contest because it's serious business. In the words of Nigerian musician Faust, it's not something like a joking stuff at all. So get ready for this. So, topic for them, Peter and Chineye, is should the FIFA the Best Award be based on performances in a season or a calendar year? Should the FIFA the Best Award be based on performances in a season or a calendar year? Peter says it should be based on performances in a season. Chineye says it should be based on performances in a calendar year. I'll be eager to know what you say, though, but I'm sure there's going to be an opportunity for us to talk about it on a regular radio show. But for the sake of this contest, the major people who have to have a say now happen to be Peter and Chineye. On social media, we're still streaming live on Facebook. Would you remind us, please?
On Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. Again, just search right now, Nigeria Info 99.3. The video will be out right there, and also you can watch and you can stream live and also vote because the poll will be live on the video.
And also on Twitter is at Nigeria Info FM. That's at Nigeria Info FM. So like I did with the contestants last Friday, just before we get into the battle, I'll do that with you today. Quick words of advice, very quick one. I tell people that to pass your test and be first, you must always be at your best. Don't entertain any pest as a guest, and you should not rest until you fulfill your quest. So you have a quest tonight, which is to come out tops and progress in the next round. And I hope you can achieve that. Good luck to you.
Thank
so
you.
let's get into it for Peter and Chineye. Battle 45 for us. You have the next 60 seconds, Peter, who's the first contestant for this very battle, to state your case on why the FIFA the Best Award should be based on performances in a season, which is what you have picked. It starts now.
Yeah, the FIFA award should be based on performance in a season. Why there are so many reasons why we must look why it should be based on performance based on season. Number one, the best period of football is play within January to March, and the period of football season is played between July 1st of every year to 31st to June 30th of every month, which is the calendar year for the major league football. Why it should be based on season? Sometimes if we look calendar year, player can drop in form, especially when they go off season. When they have the 2 month and 2 weeks summer break, player can go off form, which might not be able to replicate the kind of season he has. A good example is Mohamed Salah. When he went on break after the UEFA Champions League, there's a little break in his performance. And the best, like I said earlier, the best part of football, it is always playing at the second half of each season, which is from the knockout stage of the Champions League from February to June 31st, which this period has the FIFA accreditation championship of each tournament of each.
Thank you, Peter.
Don't do.
Thank you very much, Peter. Well, you still have 60 seconds times 5. That should be 300 seconds to argue things out with Chineye to come. So you can save your breath now and use it for that one. And we go on to Chineye now, who says that the FIFA the Best Award should be based on performances in a year. She can open her argument right now.
All right, football, like other careers, is something that's always rewarded for excellence, and there's no better time frame to capture all of that than a calendar year which starts from 1st of January to 31st of December. He mentioned having the best of footballs from a certain time, and if you look at it, the second half of the season, like he mentioned, actually has itself inside of these 2 dates I mentioned, the 1st of January to 31st of December. Off and on season it captures. So should I now, because somebody doesn't perform well during the off season, I should now let go of the person that performs well both on and off season? So I really think that the calendar year should be considered for excellence and rewards in the FIFA awards. Thank you very much. Thank
you very much, Nia. She gave us as much as 20 seconds as Jara, as I would love to say. Thank you so much. The opening case for the respective contestants for tonight, they have made that, and now they can argue things out for the next 5 minutes. I'll appeal to your conscience that please, you should not be in a hurry to go to our social media platforms to vote. Give them a chance to certainly prove their worth to you even more for the next 5 minutes before you start putting your votes through, so you don't rush things and start regretting that you made the wrong choice on who should progress. So, lady and gentlemen, you have the next 5 minutes. Please ensure that we can hear you. It's not a crime to once in a while have your voices overlap, but it's a crime when it lasts for too long. So be very careful so we can get your intelligent thoughts, I should say, during the course of this battle. So your 5 minutes to argue things kicks off now.
Now, why will you have to wait to award the player that's performed between the start of the season, which is August, to the end of the season, which is July? Why will you have to wait another season to reward between such footballers?
July and August? What happens?
Now,
what of international competition?
International competition fall within this period.
What period? It is off season. It is within a calendar year that I mentioned.
The season is between June 1st to July 31st.
A season is between June 1st to July 31st.
FIFA tournaments are between this period. FIFA tournament has been played between the month of June to July, and which is include the season for that season.
No, it's not inclusive. It's off season.
Now, the
it's
FIFA
in calendar
was
year.
played in the year 2018.
Okay.
It falls under the season of 2017-2018.
Okay. Do you remember who won the best coach for that year? How did he win it?
Now,
Didier Deschamps. Was it a season competition?
Just by 7-match tournament.
Well, he won it. Was it a season competition?
Judge a performance by 7-match tournament.
Well, he won it.
Let me give an example of players that perform all through a season that never won the award. We have Wesley Sneijder. He performed all through the season.
Okay.
In the year 2010, by the season calendar, he was the best player. Even including the World Cup tournament, he was at the peak.
Which was off season.
In the calendar season.
Which was off
calendar
in
season
the calendar year, not the calendar season.
Calendar
year
from July 1st.
In the calendar year. Remember, this argument is for us to base. We are kind of suggesting why we should say it should fall under a calendar year.
Now,
The
I'm giving you an example of Wesley Sneijder. Wesley
ahead.
Sneijder was a player that was at the peak of his career during those calendar year.
Unarguably so, I agree.
Between that season, he was the best in the World Cup Champions League final. He gave an assist for the first goal
within the season. I understand all of
he
that.
He was high goal scorer in the FIFA World Cup. He was one of the best players.
The reason people still beef Messi because of that is because everything, all inclusive, international competition, Champions League, and in Inter Milan, he performed very well. It's all encompassing.
2010,
you can't just base it on the season alone.
Left the team. There was change in system. There was changing coach. And at that time, Messi did absolutely nothing at the FIFA World Cup.
Nothing.
Nothing at the
World Cup.
No goals.
Really?
0 goal at the World Cup.
And you say nothing.
Now I'll give another example. Frank Ribery.
Okay.
In the year 2013, Frank Ribery was at the peak of his career. Was playing very well. Bayern Munich won almost every tournament that was available.
But remember, we are looking at also individual performances. Who won the world best that year?
He was the best player in the best team at that time.
Who won the world best that year? Did he have more stats than Cristiano Ronaldo that won it that year?
Let me tell you what happened that year. Let me tell you what happened that year.
Go ahead.
You can give me your points.
All right. Modric won it in 2018, right?
Yeah.
Amongst all of the controversies, whatever they say, but at the end of the day, he won it. Why did he win it? Not just because of the Champions League.
It was based on the season calendar. It was based on the season.
If it was just based on the season, anybody in that Real Madrid team that only won the Champions League would have won it. Cristiano Ronaldo was there.
The Madrid after Ronaldo left. The following season after he won the world best.
I'm talking about when he was there. You're talking about when he left.
Between that April to December of that season.
We are looking at when he won the world best. Cristiano Ronaldo was there, but he beat him to that.
Sorry, for the record, Ronaldo has left for Juventus.
Excuse me. What was calculated?
It was the season that was calculated, not the year.
Plus, it's even the World Cup that even gave him
FIFA
that
best
edge. Have you forgotten? Because like I said, anybody in that Real Madrid team, Cristiano Ronaldo would have easily won it because of his stats.
The FIFA World Best was awarded on 16th September of 2018.
Okay.
That is for that. Now I will take like I'm saying I will take it for Frank Ribery. Frank Ribery was the best player in the best team in 2013.
Okay.
They won the Champions League. They won the league title by 91 points.
Okay.
He was the best.
And
something happened
towards
the end of that season. Something happened towards the end of that season.
Was he better? His individual stats were they better than Cristiano Ronaldo that year?
Madrid did not win anything except from Copa del Rey that season.
Wasn't that a trophy?
Let me tell you what happened that season. When they play World Cup qualifier against Sweden, when they play World Cup qualifier against Sweden, Ronaldo scored an hat-trick.
Okay.
Against Sweden. That night, it was a day before that match was the pool for the FIFA best closed a day before that night.
So your point
the pool was opened the next day. That was on the 20th of November, year 2013. Which FIFA gave a reason that there were less votes to award the winner. Imagine Ribery that has worked from August 2012 of that season.
Ronaldo was just sitting in his house doing nothing. He was also accumulating his own points. He was getting his
by
own
just scoring an hat-trick in the World Cup qualifier.
What of the season?
And that same season.
Who finished top scorer in Real Madrid that year?
Five separate injuries in that season. Bayern Munich knockout.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your sometimes or at times robust arguments, and I'll share my sentiments on what I made of the arguments. But let's be done first off with the experience, and we move on now to. I just had to pause to look at Bucci again because he seems to be feeling he can read my mind, even though I think he's wrong, though. But let's get to 60 seconds each for you to have your, like I love to call it, closing remarks. It could be a chance for you to sway votes towards your direction if you use it wisely. The topic one more time for our listener, as I remind you that you can go on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM to see the options and put your votes through, and also watch us live. You'll see the link that will take you to our YouTube platform. You can watch us live there. You can also watch us live via Facebook also. The topic, I beg your pardon, is should FIFA the best award be based on season-long performances or a calendar year? Peter says based on season. Chineye says based on a calendar year. And Peter is going to have his closing remarks first. You have 60 seconds and it starts now.
Now, the like I said, the best part of football is played in the second half of the season, which start from the knockout stage of the Champions League. In this period, we have the knockout, we have the Champions League, we have the League One, which whatever you played during the season, a player must show his quality in this stage of the season. He must prove his brilliant to his. He must prove his brilliant for his team. Must prove his brilliant to the spectator watching him. In this time period, the FIFA tournament is being played within this time frame, including an each continent confederation tournament like we have the Copa America is being played at this stage or at that stage of the season, which is this period between February to July, which is at that time which is season end. You should not wait for a player that has performed for a whole 12 months of the season to be awarded at the end of the year. No, we have players that have scored the best goals, that have scored the most goals at the end of the year. In 2016, 2017, Harry Kane scored the most goals in a calendar year, 37, even more than Ronaldo and Messi.
Thank you very much, Peter, for your closing remarks. We go to you, Chineye, as you give the listener an opportunity to understand why they should vote for you one last time. Here we go.
All right, you mentioned the league, or rather the season starting between February, or the top big peak period between February and June. But a season starts August of the previous year to May. It has a span of 9 months, and you can't tell me that just within those months that we should just judge somebody that has been outstanding. You mentioned injuries. What if that person gets injured within the season? What if that person gets injured within the calendar year? We're talking about a 12-month period, of which you have the end of a season and the beginning of another one. Then we have the international competitions of that same season. So why should I judge someone based on just 6 months or how many months of performances? And besides, we all know that the abilities of club side to have players, to buy players, actually make them kind of shine. And when they go to their international teams, they don't really shine because they are just maybe like. So if you're able to stand out and perform for your, I'm not ruling away the fact that seasonal teams, or rather season competitions and performances don't count. But I'm talking about an all-encompassing time. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, can you hear someone say you're nice like that? You have a way of giving us extra time, don't you? Thank you for that one, Chinwe. We appreciate it. We're going to have a chance to go to the phone lines and have the conversation continue there with your votes. 5 calls, maximum for us, but it could be a minimum of 3 calls if the first 3 callers go for just one contestant. Again, when you vote, please let it not be based on your opinion on this very issue, but based on the quality of the delivery from the contestants. We have to take this commercial break. When we return, we'll pick your calls and get to know who progresses to the next round of the fan battle here on Nigeria Info. Stay with us.
Hey, what's up, my people? This is Two-Face Idibia, and you're listening to Femi and the Gang on Nigeria Info FM. One love, man.
It's been an exciting encounter. It's the counter battle for us on 99.3 Nigeria Info, more like counter-attack battle as the case is, where we have fans come to argue on some issues. It happens very often in beer parlors and also viewing centers, doesn't it? And it's beautiful when it comes live on radio, having to make your point. It's a debate experience, and this one is the one that has a huge reward, not just monetary, but also a chance for you to, in the near future, perhaps be part of Femi and the Gang on the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. My name is Chuma Noli. I have Buchi Labar here. There's Sarafina Napoleon and also Queen Lizzie as judges. And the contestants, just before we went in for that break, had made their case. They are Peter and Chineye. And they spoke about the FIFA The Best Award. Should it be a seasonal thing or based on the performances of players from a yearly perspective? We'll give you a chance now to vote for who you think deserves to progress through the phone lines. First of all, please don't vote based on your affiliation to the topic, but based on the quality of the delivery of the contestants tonight. Here are the numbers you can dial to be part of that experience.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
Yes, we're listening to you, and here's a chance for us to get your votes now. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing? Thank you for joining us.
I'm fine.
All right, so let's get your vote, please.
Yeah, I'm going for the lady.
You care telling us why?
I'm calling from Ikorodu. Yeah, she has more points in terms of convincing the audience.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your vote. All right. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, guys.
Yes, sir.
This is John calling from Ojo.
Okay.
Well, I will go with the guy. Peter deserves more points than the lady.
Okay, so he thought Peter was sweeter as far as this argument was concerned. Welcome. Sorry about that one. Hi, welcome. Yeah, feels like they're from Sarafina's village.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
My name is Hope from Apapa.
Hope, these contestants need you to give them hope tonight.
Please, I will give it to Chineye.
Do you mind if we ask why?
Okay, it's just like, I just see it like a Tottenham and Newcastle match. Peter had a lot of time to talk, but when Chineye talks, like, she gives a point. You understand? But Peter is just like running around, not giving points, but he's just like talking. You can hear him, he's audible. I like that, but Chineye always comes with a fact.
Okay.
And that's why I'm giving it to her.
We appreciate your call and your votes too. Hi, good evening. You're live on Nigeria Info. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
My name is John.
All right, John. So let's have your vote, please.
Good evening. I'm going for Chineye.
Chineye, you mean?
Chineye.
You have any special reason? Why?
Because her delivery has been so fantastic. I really enjoy it. And she has been outspoken as well.
Okay, thank you. So that's no need for us to go to the fifth caller now, because we have a contestant who's already hit 3 votes, and that's Chineye. So she takes the call votes, and that will lead us to the judges here. I don't have to think twice. She's staring at me already. I'm seeing her with my side eye to know that we'll go to Queen Lizzie first off. I want to see if you people noticed what I also noticed. I'll reserve my own thoughts until you're done with your voting process or your judgment.
Well, you see that thing that happened to Buchi in the first battle? It happened to me. When Buchi was saying I was confused, like, how can you even be confused? But quite realistically, at some point, I was. Can I ask a question from the contestants just for clarity's sake?
Okay.
Is the World Cup played in the on season or off season?
It's played within the calendar year of a season.
It's not off season, so it's on season.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, do you know why I asked that question, right? Because at the end of the day, when I was looking at the topic, right, is about calendar year, right? Putting every single tournament, international tournament, friendlies, and everything into play, right? Off season, because this leagues go every time the league has to break or they have to take a break, it's called off season. Because if we're playing the World Cup, we're in off season. If we're going on international break, it's the off season. Yep. So for me, that I was that was the point. I felt that. And Peter made a mistake of trying to you confused me, right? There are like some basic things you should have said. What if a great player doing so well in his league, his country did not qualify for the World Cup? Do you put everything he has done just because his country did not qualify for the World Cup? You didn't bring those basic points into play. And for somebody that is just listening,
want me to come in to clarify?
Yes, please clarify it for me. What is the off season in this thing or the on season? Because I need that clarity to be able to make a better judgment.
As to the perspective of the topic, why I brought it through is the FIFA The Best Awards now.
Yes.
And the fact that nominees are out by August.
Yeah.
I personally feel it should be a calendar year thing.
Okay.
But it looks like it's a seasonal thing. And for that, I will understand where Peter is coming from, which is the new season starts in August. New season. So look at everything before August look at everything before August as part of the previous season.
Okay,
so the World Cup happens
but then again, that's the point. It's just like they are awarded at the end of the previous season. So they look at everything you've done in the previous season, and at this point, this is what they award you. So they are awarding you for the work you've done in the previous year for this year, right? Because it's not because this season is still going on. So they can't award you for something they've not seen you do. They're awarding you on something they've seen you done before, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, so it's supposed to be August the previous year.
Yes, and everything.
Just everything that happens before
because
August
who won the last the best award?
Your man, Luka.
Yes, and most of the reason why Luka won that award is because of the World Cup.
Plus
right,
he won Champions League with Real Madrid.
Yeah, so but let us admit the truth. The bulk of why he won it was the World Cup, the way he carried his team, and technically that is off season.
1 month tournament.
Yes, that's most of the reason why his club won. His team won the. What is it called again in English? The Champions League. But if you look at the performance, he shone through in the World Cup tournament and all of that. I think there was a whole lot of confusion going on in this argument, right? Peter was dishing that point, but I was confused. So for me, it's a case of putting that too many points, too much information above clarity. So Naya did not go back, but she was going for the pace of clarity. I can understand what she's saying. So this is when this happened. You didn't educate me, and for that reason, I'm going to vote for Naya. But good job, Bob.
Okay.
Sorry, I needed that clarity.
It's understandable, Lizzie. Thank you so much for asking for it too. So Lizzie goes for Chineye, and we'll go now to Sarafina.
First of all, thank you guys for confusing me. Because at this point, I don't have anybody to vote for. Chuma, let me just tell you the truth. I don't have anybody to vote for. They have
Chuma, this is your last ticket.
Oh, you already told him. I'm the most confused person on earth at this point. Chuma, let me not lie to you.
Why are you confused?
Because I don't know what to say.
Why?
Peter is saying off season, on season. In short, I don't just understand anything. I cannot tell you that I picked out one thing. So I am confused.
Define off season to me.
I am confused.
Because I don't World Cup.
I cannot vote.
The leagues go on.
Unless you want me to vote by sentiment. I am confused.
Hang on.
Tournament and all of these things.
It should be simple logic. Seasonal or yearly.
And if we're going to do calendar year, right? Now,
calendar year, always say January
football
to
does
December.
Not follow the typical January to December that our calendar follows. Because if it does, the leagues will not start in August. It will start in January to keep on with the constant calendar year. So those breaks, this is why we're saying the Qatar World Cup is going to be moved. Is going to be moved to December. It's going to affect the league. It's going to affect the on season instead of playing it when they have off season. See, hang on.
Hang on. Let me clarify again for the sake
for
of
me. But my vote still stands though.
And for the sake of the listener also.
Yes, please, we need that.
If the calendar year starts in January and ends in December,
yes.
The next calendar year starts when? In January again.
Yes.
So when do we have
the beginning signals the end of the end.
So when do we
the
have
beginning of the new season, which is August, signals the end of that previous season. So look at it from the angle of the World Cup falls under that same season.
So the World Cup is not off-season, the World Cup is on-season.
There should be no conversation of off-season or on-season in this conversation because of the fact that the question is, should it be based on the season or calendar
Do you know why I'm
year?
bringing it off and on-season? Because they base the argument on off-season,
on-season. They got themselves confused, so you're not going to be blaming yourself as judge.
And it was Pierre.
I'm going to have, again, like I said, I'm going to have my say on what I made of the argument.
Buchi vote.
Hang on. Okay. Sarafina.
No, let Buchi vote.
No, we're not done with you.
Do you know what I'm telling you?
Came to you?
Unless you want me to vote on sentiments, I'm confused. I'm just being honest.
So how does Buchi vote?
Who impressed you most with the argument?
Nobody.
Off-season or no off-season?
Nobody.
Okay, vote on other
because
qualities.
I'm confused. There's no qualities for me to vote on tonight.
There is no
quality.
Eloquence.
You have delivery.
Mic
you have
control,
fluency.
diction.
You have composure on the microphone. You have presentation ability.
Let me tell you.
You cannot just judge it based on off-season arguments confusing you.
I'm not talking. I cannot vote. Do you know why I cannot vote? Now, you want to talk by point, no point. You want to talk by presentation, nothing.
You? No.
Yes.
I'm actually
no. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because Chineye for me, it's a battle. It was just more of Peter doing the talking. She did not really bring the game to Peter.
Can I come in here?
You understand? That's why I say I cannot vote.
Can I come here? I think Sarafina no one vote. Make she no vote. She not worry here. Right there. This argument reminds me of one of.
Just a reminder, first off, that as far as the battle is concerned, I'm the lead judge. Imagine that Femi were to be seated here, and I have 3 judges who have to vote because we must have an advantage. So it's not about Sarafina wanting to vote or not. I am urging Sarafina to vote.
You have to vote.
That's why they tell you vote.
It's not about whether you're in the mood to vote or not.
Okay, I vote for Peter.
Why?
Because I told you that if I'm to vote, I'll vote on sentiments. They did not give me anything to vote for.
What sentiment made you vote for Peter?
The sentiment of the off-season, because it was an argument. Chineye did not bring argument to the table. It's a battle. It's not a conversation.
All right then.
Yeah.
Can I come in now?
Let's go to you, Buchi.
Some saying no clarity. I'm going to come in because I have charity to add to my ability to fulfill the equation of the concombility of the equation to be summarized into ability. I don't know what I'm saying, but tomorrow we understand. Right here, for me, I don't know about you guys, I totally understand everything that happened. I totally understand everything that happened. I know when I saw the topic, I know it's going to cause commotion between both contestants. It's not the first, not the second time. Whether we give them some topics, some tend to like misunderstand on their own right. So honestly, I think it's not really our business if they misunderstand. What we focus on is what they do when they come here. So that is the focus right here. This battle reminds me of one battle. I think Chineye was there where she argued with a guy. The guy came in, was speaking plenty pidgin, was blah 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 blah. It was nice. What's his name again? Exactly. That was the only thing going on my mind 24/7. The topic is confusing, we know. But let's start with the argument properly. Like I say, I think Peter was kind of arguing from two sides. From two sides.
That was more confusing.
I think you made a good choice. You made a good example. Chineye was just chill. The topic is confusing, so she just chilled and from her own standpoint got points from her own standpoint. Did not put too much. I think Peter was. At times, Peter was even making points to Chineye.
He was giving like too much.
And you know the confusing. I think Chineye came with the questions. When he came in and introduced the topic and was talking, Chineye asked him one question and he was, what will be this one? He got confused. If you observe well, I think Peter got confused with some of the questions. And again,
all of those things.
Peter was not really calm. He was, and I think it's more of mind games right there. So for me, honestly, I don't care whether they understand the topic or not. Honestly, I don't care about what they understand the topic. What I care about is what they come here and do. If the topic confuse you, that one is your own personal problem right here. Come here and do the job. Nobody cares if you are sick or not. You come here, can't talk anytime, we can't talk. So for me, I think Peter, you misunderstand the topic more than Chineye. And you try to convince her, she confused you, no one convince herself. Right, it's easy for me. I think it's easy like ABC when I'm going to vote for. I think Chineye had better points. Peter make points, but you are making points from two angles. I think Chineye made better points. I think she was more composed. I think, Peter, you have to work on you need to be composed. It was obvious. Your mouth didn't shake. It was very, very obvious. Just calm down. At times, one wise man would tell me, instead of you to talk too much, just talk one. So, right there, don't try to like when you have too much discussion, it busts your brain right there. You don't like say all those people they read plenty book, they got confused. People they wear glass.
I read a lot of books and I wear glasses. I'll take that as a personal.
Sorry. It sounds to anybody.
It was a slip of tongue.
But for me, Chuma, I'll easily go with Chinaya. Though Peter did well, but it's easy to go for Chinaya.
Okay, well, we're going to go on social media now, but just before we get the votes via Twitter and Facebook, because the votes are ripe for us to go to them now, I'll say this. I thought that, Peter also found a way to give bullets to Chinaya, which is why I said I was going to have my say on the analysis and the analogy on this issue. Now, it's a simple question. Should the award for the FIFA the best awards be a seasonal thing or a yearly thing? The FIFA calendar these years and these days, as the case is, football calendar, FIFA World Cup, players after they go and play for World Cups, represent their countries in World Cups or Nations Cups, have a break. It's not like immediately they finish